Hello everyone, and thank you for choosing my channel for your daily dose of entertainment. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble today for talking about this video, because it's kind of difficult to tell on the internet what you're allowed to talk about. See, I'm 100% convinced that this video does not violate any TOS whatsoever, but given the fact that the wealthy, the millionaires, and the billionaires are getting affected and their wallet is a little bit stingy, I don't know. I don't know if it's okay to talk about this. Hopefully it is, though. But definitely on the media and on the internet especially, there are a lot of people that are very, very upset with what's going on Wall Street right now. Their little battle against the Redditors, and they're trying to throw all sorts of accusations at the Redditors, hoping that something will stick. And some of the accusations range from the very bizarre, like for example, a gentleman that's a blue checkmark thinks that people are just horny. Okay, they're incels. They have big erections, and because they don't have a girlfriend, they spend time online trading stocks. Just so you can understand like the type of rhetoric that is going on right now. The other type of rhetoric seems to come from CNN, which claims that the reason people don't like Wall Street and they are trading stocks is because of Trumpism. It's literally like that game where they're trying to figure out various types of insults and just throw it, hoping, like praying that something would stick. Because again, right now, CNN is implying that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is suffering from Trumpism, because she is egging the people on Reddit on. She says it's really something to see Wall Street, with a long history of treating our economy as a casino, complain about message boards of posters also treating the market as a casino. Do you know who else apparently suffers from Trumpism? Why, Senator Elizabeth Warren, who also seems to throw her hat in with the Redditors. It's almost as if this is one of the very few nonpartisan issues on the internet. It's just like one of the few cases where people just got together, regardless of their political affiliations, in order to get rich and also to stick it onto Wall Street. And here you have CNN, an authoritative source, burning away their credibility by saying that, yeah, you know what, the Occupy Wall Street movement, all of the we are the 99%, you're the 1%. That was Trumpism. Like, everyone before Trump absolutely loved Wall Street. Like, everyone was getting together and they were being best buddies with hedge funds managers. And they were thanking the hedge fund managers for their glorious contribution to the economy. But then Trump came along and he just completely changed people's mind. He manipulated people. He was like a puppeteer. He puppeted people in order to get them to trade stocks on Reddit. Although I don't even know if you can call trading, because they're just buying, it seems. They don't want to sell. So it's just like one part of trading. But I'll tell you the real reason, CNN. Okay, you can hire me as an analyst, and I will tell you the real reason why this is happening. It will blow your mind. You're going to be like, oh my God, why didn't we think about this? Why didn't we, a multi-billion-dollar company, think what this little Romanian from his little desk over here, talking to a couple of people, thought about, okay? The reason this is happening, CNN, it's got nothing to do with politics or ideology. I mean, sure, you can look at the now, and you can say that right now people might be ideologically motivated, the same like the Occupy Wall Street movement was. But the real reality why this is happening is due to technological advancements. It's due to convenience. You see, people that are Gen Z and millennials, again, regardless of political affiliation, can now trade stocks from the comfort of their home with apps that take no commission. And you also have AI, and you have places like Reddit where millions of people can gather and talk to each other. And I know you might think that the masses are dumb, that, oh, the peasantry thinks they can read. Oh, the peasantry thinks they can interpret the Bible without an expert. Oh, you would be surprised what happens when people get together. You know that 4chan, for example, which I know it's more of an unsavory website, but they managed to find that flag wherever it was placed by charting the flight paths of planes in the sky. They managed to do this without no experts debunking the information and trying to find the truth. They managed to find mathematical formulas that scientists were struggling with. They even managed to find at one point an ISIS base and got a strike on it by contacting the Russians. All of these happened because with anonymous people, without any sort of fact-checking, without any sort of chaperone looming over their conversation to see what's going on, it was just people getting together from various walks of life with various experiences in their profession. They put their brain power and they managed to do incredible things. Sometimes, other times they just do bad things and do the hate sprache and harass people. Not okay. But I'm trying to say that there is this energy, which when channeled on the internet, you can manage to have what appears to be nobodies, random Joes that are even anonymous and don't care for fame, to outsmart experts. The people at Wall Street, the ones that know better, the financial experts that are like, oh, you know what? We can short sell 130% and there's no risk for us. We're going to make money hands over fist over a dying company. That's the real problem that you're having, is technology. And I'm pretty sure they're going to try to control this technology, just like they did with big tech. I'm 100% sure that the government is going to step in, because at this point, the Treasury Secretary of the Biden administration is monitoring this situation closely. I don't think they want their friends in Wall Street to suffer a lot of damages over this. And more importantly, I don't think they want this to become a trend. Can you imagine if hedge fund managers won't be able to make money by selling short anymore? That would be horrible now, wouldn't it? Because here's the thing, they could just make it illegal to sell short. They could just outlaw the practice, like make money some other way. At the end of the day, if you're thinking about it, like stocks should be used as people who want to have ownership in a company, and it shouldn't be used as get quick rich schemes. It's like, oh, buy low, sell high, let's get rich. That's the problem. Okay, like either you want cutthroat, savvy capitalism with open markets where people can trade freely and do whatever they want, or you want ethics, you want morality. Oh, well, if you think that the company is not profitable, you shouldn't buy stocks in it because we make the rules on the fly. Oh, ho, 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 ho. No, it seems that yet again they want cutthroat capitalism, savvy businessmen on the top that get to do whatever they want, but they want morality and ethics for people that are retail. Like, if you're not an expert, you just shouldn't. Come on. That's pretty much the conversation. That's what's going on. I mean, you guys don't follow finance, I assume. But there have been a lot of times when hedge fund managers would short sell a company, and then they would go on national television. They would go on CNN or MSNBC or one of these places. And they would warn people, it's like, oh yes, this company is just going to go bankrupt. I mean, I just don't see it well. I don't see it well in the current market. And it spooks investors. It scares people that might have turned the company around. And this is legal, by the way. It's completely legal. I didn't hear CNN raise any concerns about that. You know, like there's actual people losing their livelihoods. You know, they always say it's like, oh, well, you're just going to find a job somewhere else. It's like, yeah, but what about the career that you're creating at a company? You know, you work there for decades and you're trying to build up a reputation and create a career so that you can advance. Well, apparently that goes down. CNN doesn't care. And man, like I'm looking at this article and it's just the most bizarre thing ever. Because according to the CNN analysis, at the core of Donald Trump's angry populist appeal was, and is the sentiment, the elites think they know better than you. They think they can tell you how to live and what to believe. But guess what? We the people are smarter than the elites. Oh, you mean like this, CNN?
Better than you. Yeah, I'm fucking better than you. Yeah, I'm fucking better than you. You are garbage, right?
Maybe, CNN, just maybe, if our day-to-day lives wasn't filled by messages from the media just saying, listen to the experts, everyone else is stupid, only the experts can tell, listen to the authoritative sources, listen to the fact checkers. Maybe then people wouldn't react to this level of dangerous rhetoric that you're presenting here? By the way, it's even in the name, the elites. Like, the name implies that they're better than everyone else, because that's what the elite, it's an elite. It's on top, the creme de la creme, right? And this is why, yeah, a lot of people are just being, whatever. Let's just learn to read. Let's interpret the Bible ourselves. That is very dangerous for our theocracy. But anyway, I just wanted to put this out there. And at the end of the day, I still firmly believe that this has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with technology advancing, giving the average Joe the opportunity to not only communicate with millions of other people on the planet, but to also be able to trade stocks from home. And the way I think they will fix it is they're going to try to get the government involved. Although I don't see what the government can actually do about this, because if the government takes any action against the retail traders, then they will have to take the exact same action against Wall Street. And they don't want that, right? They just want their competition to go away. But any legislation that makes their competition go away affects them as well. So that's the problem. What I do think is going to work, and it might be successful on the short term, is they're going to ask big tech to crack down on it. Because big tech is the private company that can do whatever it wants, unlike the government. And big tech can have terms of service that are applied unequally. And I genuinely think that this is what's going to happen. Like, you're going to have people getting banned for absolutely bullshit reasons. I mean, they're going to say, oh, yes, we see that your server has 2 million people. We found some hate speech there. Yeah. I mean, out of those 2 million people, there was one hate speech. We're not going to show you where it was. We're just going to ban the server because, we just can't allow hate speech. But other than that, like, we want you guys to talk about your finances. Like, we're perfectly comfortable with people talking about finances. We just draw a line of hate speech. But again, we're not going to show you where it is. And we're not going to do the banning ourselves. We're just going to take down the entire server. I think that's what you're going to see in the future. Because right now, this is not politically partisan. And I definitely think that you might see some identity politics being injected into this. Like, the reason Wall Street Bets is so successful is that in their rules, you actually have, like, no politics. They don't want you to talk about politics at all. They just want you to talk about trading stocks. House United, they need to divide that a little bit. It's like, yeah, but let's look at how many women are there trading stocks, how many LGBT people are there trading stocks, why aren't you being inclusive, why aren't you blah, 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 blah. And they're just going to do what they did with Occupy Wall Street and try to pit the people one against another, because when people are one against another, they're less likely to collaborate and cooperate. So yeah, I think these are the tactics that we're going to see on the short term. On the long term, I generally don't see how this can be stopped, because the internet, it's really big. There's other nations that are having servers. I don't think like a nation like China is going to be upset if people talk about this on TikTok. I don't think Russia is going to be upset if you set a server there and you talk about it there. It's just going to drive people away if they try to ban or censor them. And the more they will do this, the more people are going to get involved and they're going to join in because they're going to be outraged. And since they can't fight back any other way, they're going to fight back with, like, okay, well, what do these people don't like? All right, well, I'm going to do what they don't like in order to amplify the problem. So yeah, remember like last year when I said that the thing politicians feared the most is if the populist left and the populist right got together? Yeah, it's very strange to see myself in full agreement with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Elizabeth Warren. And it's also interesting to see how the elites are freaking out because people like me find ourselves in agreement with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Elizabeth Warren. I'm going to be monitoring the situation, going to take a seat next to the Secretary of Treasury and monitor the situation further because it's very interesting, okay? And I'm trying to monitor it more than just the memes and the lulzy moments. I'm trying to look at the grand narrative of this and see where this is going to go because I'm definitely sure, regardless of what happens, this is probably going to be in some economic books in the future for people to study at universities because this is a significant event. It's going to be interesting. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section.